2017 stamp. I had a day several months ago, which was just the worst day. Nothing was going right for me. And after all of these things were going terribly wrong, I was like, okay, I need to just relax, do something productive with my day so that this day isn't a waste. Got out my processing card, all the things I needed to label and stamp. And I label some and I go to stamp them before I check them in as official library books. And I look at the stamp, but I got to adjust it to the date. Wait a second. It's the 1st of January. This stamp only goes to 2016. I don't have a stamp for 2017. I can't do any of these. So I searched the entire library looking for a stamp that has 2017 on it, and I can't find one. Eventually, I did get a stamp that said 2017. I don't know her. One day when I was at the children's reference desk, I had just gotten done, traded with one of my coworkers, and I was walking out of the children's room when a mother and her family stopped me. And they said, how do we get on the computers? Because we can't seem to log in. And I said, you won't be able to log in with your card, ma'am, because these are the children's computers and your card only works in the adult computer lab. The children would need cards of their own. She was like, okay, can I get them cards? She pointed at her son and I said, is he your son? And she was like, yes. And I was like, okay, you can just go up to the front desk with your ID and you can get him a card. She was like, okay, cool. And then what about her? And I was like, is she your daughter? And she was like, no, I don't know her. And the girl was like, Mom! Never seen her before in my life. Where are the biographies? Another time I was at the children's reference desk. I have a lot of stories about the children's reference desk, it seems. A girl came up to me with a very specific book in mind. She came up to the desk and said, do you have this book from this series? And I was like, yeah, actually we do. And I knew exactly where it was, so I just walked her over there and I was like, this is the series. This is the book you're looking for. These are some other ones by this author. Gave her all kinds of information. She was like, okay. And she didn't get the book. She just kind of stood there for a second and then went, where are the biographies? And I was like, let me take you there. So I took her over to the biographies. I showed her, these are all the biographies. Are you looking for a specific person? And she was like, no, I'm just going to look around. I was like, okay, well, here you go. I start walking back to the desk, and she walks away, going to some completely other place. I don't even know if she got a book. Kids these days. Would that be acceptable? There was once a man who sneakily walked up to the front desk where I was at Station 1. He had in his hand a book from the book sale, and he looked at me with this sly look and said, what would happen if I stole this book while giving you money for it? Would that be acceptable? What? Yes? I have a hearing problem. Just yesterday, I had a man come into the library. He was older, walked with a cane, had a really bad hearing problem. And he came to the reference desk and quite loudly said, I'm painting a picture of the crucifixion of Christ, and I need an example to go by. Do you have a book about the crucifixion with pictures in it that I can copy? I was like, I can look for you, sir. And he was like, yeah, I'm painting it, but it's just not graphic enough. And I laughed, like, you want it more graphic? And he was like, I want it to be as accurate as possible to really embody Christ's suffering. I was like, okay. I took him to where the crucifixion section is in the religion section, which is in the 200s, early 200s. And I looked through a couple of books. Some of them had pictures. I kind of showed them to him, see if that might help. And the whole while, he was yelling random things, not knowing he was yelling. And the security guard actually walked up to us. And I was like, he has a hearing problem. She's like, I know, but he's still too loud. And she was like, sir, you need to be quieter. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. That's what everybody tells me. I have a hearing problem. We were like, yes, we know. And so he quiets down. Starts to look through the books again. What I really wanted to do, because most of the books over there were just text, I wanted to tell him, you could use one of our computers to look up pictures online and print them, because that's where you're going to find the most. Just Google image search crucifixion and you'll get all kinds of art. But he was old and hard of hearing, so I doubt I would have been able to describe to him how to use a computer in a library. So I just gave him the best book that I could find him, and he thought that was fine.